Imagine crossing the street in Silicon Valley, and instead of the usual walk signal, you hear Elon Musk's voice joking about buying a Cybertruck if you'll be his friend. That's just one of the bizarre scenes playing out after a wave of crosswalk hacks hit California tech hubs this week. Welcome to the Elon Daily News. This podcast is created by generative AI. Today is 16 April 2025, and we're diving into a mix of cybersecurity pranks, government shakeups, and the evolving role of tech titans in society. Let's start with a story that's been lighting up social media. A series of crosswalks in Palo Alto, Menlo Park, and Redwood City were hacked to play AI-generated voices mocking Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg. Instead of the standard audio cues for visually impaired pedestrians, passers-by were treated to sarcastic messages. Musk's voice joked about Cybertrucks and loneliness, while Zuckerberg's alter ego mused about AI invading consciousness. The prank targeted about a dozen crossings, and officials quickly disabled the audio features while investigating the breach. Security experts point out that these systems are often vulnerable due to unchanged default passwords, and the manufacturer has yet to comment. While the hack appears isolated, it's a stark reminder of the cybersecurity risks facing even the most mundane public infrastructure, especially in the heart of tech country. Shifting gears to Washington, Elon Musk's role as head of the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, continues to make headlines. Musk announced that DOGE has saved the federal government $150 billion for the 2026 fiscal year. A notable achievement, but still far short of his earlier promise to cut $1 trillion in just 130 days. The savings, which amount to roughly $930 per taxpayer, came largely from rooting out fraud and inefficiency in agencies like Health and Human Services and Education. One eye-opening detail: DOGE uncovered millions in unemployment benefits claimed by people with impossible birth dates, including toddlers, the unborn, and even individuals supposedly born in the 20th century. In one case, a claimant listed their birth year as 2154 and received $41,000. The crackdown also led to a legal win for the Trump administration, with a federal court upholding the president's authority to fire thousands of probationary federal workers. Musk's 130-day contract as a special government employee continues as DOGE pushes for deeper reforms. In a related development, DOGE is now seeking broad access to sensitive data from the Securities and Exchange Commission. Led by Eliezer Mishori, a former prediction markets attorney, the DOGE team wants to review SEC emails, personnel files, contracts, and payment systems as part of their efficiency drive. While some procurement data has already been shared, the SEC is reportedly pushing back on the extent of the request, especially given Musk's history of legal tussles with the agency. DOGE staff have even gained physical access to the SEC's Washington headquarters, highlighting the tension between Musk's reform agenda and the regulatory establishment. Both the SEC and the White House say they're cooperating to improve government efficiency, but the situation underscores the friction between Musk's disruptive approach and traditional oversight bodies. Turning to the business world, X, the platform formerly known as Twitter, has seen its UK revenues and profits nosedive since Musk's takeover. Recent filings show a 66% drop in revenue and a 74% plunge in pre-tax profits for 2023, driven largely by advertisers pulling back over brand safety concerns. The UK workforce was slashed by more than 2/3, reflecting broader layoffs across the company. Despite these setbacks, X's overall valuation rebounded to the $44 billion Musk originally paid, thanks in part to its acquisition by Musk's AI venture, xAI. The launch of xAI London, a new software-focused entity, has also fueled speculation about Musk's future plans in the UK and Europe. The company says it's working to restore advertiser confidence, but the road to recovery remains steep. Zooming out, several recent articles have explored the cultural and political impact of figures like Elon Musk. One piece examines how the archetype of the nerd-turned-villain has come to define today's tech elite. Musk, once a bullied computer enthusiast, now stands as both a visionary and a controversial disruptor, laying off civil servants, launching rockets, and sparking debates about the role of technology in society. Critics like Bill Gates argue that the current generation of tech leaders lacks the philosophical depth of earlier pioneers, favoring flashy solutions over thoughtful innovation. Historians and journalists alike are debating whether Musk is a superhero, a supervillain, or something in between. Finally, there's growing commentary on the alliance between tech moguls and political power. Journalist Gil Duran, for example, argues that Musk and other so-called broligarchs are actively working to reshape the global order, leveraging chaos for profit and control. Duran suggests that mainstream media often misses the ideological motivations behind these moves, focusing instead on surface-level drama. Whether or not you buy into this theory, it's clear that the intersection of technology, politics, and power is more complex and consequential than ever. That wraps up today's episode of the Elon Daily News. For links to all the stories we covered, check out the episode notes. Remember, the content here reflects news and analysis from public sources and does not represent our own opinions. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll be back tomorrow with more updates from the world of Musk, Tesla, SpaceX, and Neuralink.